In Ciampa's eyes, he couldn't succeed because the dead weight of Johnny Gargano held him down. Ciampa created Gargano, and he plans on ending and killing Gargano at Guilty as Charged. Johnny Gargano with a steel chair! Whoever loses at Guilty as Charged leaves the ECW brand. Well, Gallagher just walked out on Takahashi. The referee and McIntyre facing the wrong direction. Destino! Kenny Omega is calling out Adam Cole. He accepts. We are on for Guilty as Charged. Omega versus Cole. Oh, what the? Omega getting aggressive, swinging at Cole. Official in the ring to split them up. But at Guilty as Charged, it is free reign for the main event shot. Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is ECW. We are well on our way towards Guilty as Charged. As a matter of fact, it is just this Sunday. The first pay-per-view in a long time to not feature Seth Rollins, but a pay-per-view nonetheless that has plenty on the line. So much will be decided this Sunday, and it is a pay-per-view that you do not want to miss. Just last week proved what we're in for here when that pay-per-view rolls around. But as for this evening, we've got a lot of action coming your way. We're going to be opening the show by hearing from Kenny Omega. Why did he attack Adam Cole after challenging him to a match at Guilty as Charged? We're going to find that out at the start of this evening, and it is Adam Cole who's going to be busy closing out the evening as he gets set for one-on-one action just before Guilty as Charged. He faces the wrestler Katsuyori Shibata in what promises to be a thrilling, entertaining contest between these two men. Cole accepted the challenge and put his Royal Rumble contract on the line this Sunday against Kenny Omega, but we are about to find out why Omega attacked him. And here he is. Omega heading towards the ring right now. Plenty, I imagine, to say, and plenty who may have an alienating opinion on Kenny Omega. This could be a matter that is very much split between sides on what Omega did last week. And of course, him explaining why is going to be crucial to this all. And he is not beating around the bush when it comes to it either. He's getting right into why he smacked him. It's not because he doesn't respect Cole, because he does. It's the man who won the Royal Rumble. It's the man who's taking the main event match at WrestleMania. But that's the man who is taking something in Kenny Omega's eyes that he needs. And I'm sure Omega is relating that towards the main event slot. Maybe something else in the mind of the two-time King of the Ring winner as well. It is just that. He needs that main event spot. He needs it so he can do something that no one's been able to do for over 500 days. He needs it so he can take the title away from Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. He needs to beat Rollins in Kenny Omega's eyes now more than ever. Kenny Omega realizes that he might sound desperate. It's because he is desperate. Every day that Rollins is champion is a day where Omega craves the title more and more. He knows Adam Cole wants the same. He knows everyone on the roster wants the same. But Kenny Omega knows he needs it more than anyone else. 2 failed opportunities at the ECW title. It would explain Omega's desperation. It's got nothing to do with Adam Cole. Nothing to do with him as a person, him as a wrestler. He is just desperate for that main event slot. He is desperate for that ticket to Seth Rollins. He needs that win, and he's going to get it at Guilty as Charged. So Adam Cole can kiss his main event ticket goodbye and good night. Kenny Omega is desperate. Desperate to be ECW champion, desperate to go to the main event of WrestleMania, desperate in every sense of the word. Can he achieve it this Sunday? We'll find out. See if the desperation will sink too far into Omega. Anyway, we're ready to go here with a number 1 contenders match between the 4 Horsemen and... Wait a minute, what are you on about? I can't even get it to explaining this because apparently something just happened backstage involving the Brian Kendrick assaulted by the duo of Harper and Rowan. Rusev came to the aid, but wait a minute. Things haven't ended there, it seems. Cruz and Jericho walking to the ring. Downfall coming down the ramp. Oh my goodness! That footage backstage was a little bit delayed. It was as Omega was walking out of the ring. And now Downfall assaulting the Four Horsemen there and jumping into position, throwing Jericho into the ring to send a statement message here. Downfall on Jericho with the reckoning. The Four Horsemen are out. Kendrick and Rusev are out. Downfall standing tall. And there is no number one contenders match coming our way. Well, now what the hell do we do? That was supposed to determine the number one contender to the tag team titles to face Downfall this Sunday. But both of them laid out by Downfall. You know what? If Downfall want to do something like that, if they want to get aggressive with both sides, then fine. Both sides can get aggressive with one another. This Sunday, Downfall will defend the title against the Four Horsemen and the Brian, Kendrick and Rusev. It'll be a triple threat tag team match for the ECW tag team titles. If that's the way they want to go about it, if that's the way they want to get aggressive, if they want to prove themselves, then fine. Try and do it this Sunday with all three teams in the ring at the same time. Let's see how that one goes, Downfall. It is time to move on here. An already chaotic start to this episode of ECW continues on as Jack Gallagher goes one-on-one against Hiromu Takahashi. You saw in the little preview, in the little recap of last week's show, Gallagher walked out on Takahashi and it has been radio silence from him since. No one has said why, not Gallagher, not the British Empire. There has been nothing on the matter. But what we do know is that this man is out there for revenge. This man is out here now to get a little bit back on Jack Gallagher. This man is the Cruiserweight Champion and he prepares for a match this Sunday, of course, against Zach Gibson. 2 weeks in a row now. Gallagher has lost to Takahashi has lost to Gibson. First in the surprise roll-up, and then last week when it became essentially a 2-on-1 handicap match, Takahashi kept fighting, but in the end he fell to Gibson and Neville. Now, here tonight, there's no one at ringside for Gallagher, there's no one for Takahashi to worry about walking out on him. It is just a straight bout between these two. And maybe we'll get the question answered as to why Gallagher walked out on Takahashi here. Takahashi, certainly it seems, wanting to not even think about that. Came out of the gates there looking for that dropkick. Didn't get it. Facebuster, though, right off the get-go. And I wonder right now what's going through Takahashi's mind. Is he centered and focused only on Gallagher, or is he thinking about this Sunday as well? Is he thinking about something that Gibson may have planned up his sleeve? Is he keeping a close eye out for any British Empire involvement? I don't know. I don't know is the honest truth. Takahashi knows what's going through his mind, though. But right now, his hand will want to go through the face of Jack Gallagher. Irish whip here by Gallagher once more. Drop down there on Takahashi. Went for the drop kick, mistimed it. Gallagher now has him in. Running Bulldog. Now Gallagher, wait a minute, this is a move of Zack Sabre Jr., the European clutch. Wrenches on the arm shear, bends them back in the wrong direction, then rolls into a cover. Zack Sabre Jr.'s move used on Takahashi. Kick out at one, though, from the time bomb. There's Dragon Screw there by the Cruiserweight Champion as he prepares for his title match, of course, just a few days away. Has to bounce back from his recent dip in form. Otherwise, he could be saying goodbye to that Cruiserweight title once again. Oh, reverse runner there. And Gallagher planted on his head. Let's see what will happen here. Stubborn Zagiri counter. Went for a strike. Good counter by Takahashi. Head scissors takedown as well there. Time bomb starting to work now. Starting to move at a good pace. And Gallagher unable to counter it back here up to the top rope. Goes Hiromu Takahashi going to fly. Gonna fly big. Went for a splash there, but moving out of the way was Jack Gallagher. Suplex attempt maybe. Just throwing him over there. Like a grapevine suplex almost. Takahashi now, though, has him right where he wants him. Might be looking to get ready to end things here. Reverse DDT to Gallagher. How much closer is Takahashi to getting this one over and done with? Oh, wait a minute. The theme of Zach Gibson. The number one contender to the Cruiserweight title. Takahashi jumped right up, left Gallagher. And now Gallagher taking full advantage, rolling around Takahashi, who was dazed, distracted, and now dizzy, I imagine. Cover, and Gallagher just stole one. What a turn of events again. Takahashi thought he had him, but the theme of Gibson played dividends. Takahashi got distracted, and Gallagher took full advantage. Gallagher just beat the Cruiserweight champion. And as confident as Gallagher is, he's going to have to get out of dodge, and Takahashi just walking away as into the ring comes the number one contender, comes the man who just played the trick that cost Takahashi his victory. And Zach Gibson saying that it was another day, another missed chance for Takahashi, and another day closer to where the British Empire reclaimed their throne on the Cruiserweight title. Zach Gibson will be the one to take the throne this time. He is looking to avenge the former Cruiserweight champion, Zack Sabre Jr. And speak of him, here he is. Gibson is heading, Sabre Jr. rather, is heading out here right now. The former Cruiserweight champion, it seems, has a little bit that he wants to say. Zack Sabre Jr. getting in the ring here right now. We haven't seen him in action in a couple of weeks, but it certainly seems as if he has something that he wants to get across right now. I don't know if Gibson was expecting this, but here is Sabre Jr. anyway in the ring. And things are about to get going between these two guys, it seems. Zack Sabre Jr. coming out here for a chat, it seems. He says that Gibson's got this one in the bag. Takahashi is nothing. He's piss easy. Believing in his eyes that Takahashi's never beaten him in a definitive way. Cheated at SummerSlam and climbed a ladder to take the belt. Zack Sabre Jr. did not climb that ladder because he's not, in his eyes, a fucking idiot. Yep, missed the expletive drops from Zack Sabre Jr. Great to see them again. Gibson, though, saying that that they've got this in the bag. Sabre Jr. knows how to beat Takahashi, and he believes in everything that he has taught Gibson. They know they can take home great glory. But hasn't Sabre Jr. been talking about a little something lately? Something about being a king. I know what this is relating to. I know what he's on about. Sabre Jr. taking this one and saying that is Mustafa listening, because he sits around backstage and talks about being king of the ring and how he wants to take the crown. Not if Sabre Jr. says so. He wants the crown and he wants to beat Mustafa Ali to get there. So this Sunday, let's fight. Winner goes to king of the ring. And if Ali wants to lose again, give Sabre Jr. a call and he'll be happy to take care of that business. And Gibson saying that this is the weekend where they succeed. It has been about Neville and McIntyre for the longest time. They know McIntyre will be Naito, but once the weekend is over, they will be talking about the Zacks of the Empire, the glory and what they will have in store. Certainly high morale within the British Empire, and in a way, every reason to have it as well. By this time next week, Zack Sabre Jr. should be on his way to being the rightful king of the ring, and Gibson will be the Cruiserweight champion. Prepare for more of the rule of the Empire after Guilty is charged. Gallagher will be talked about another day, and they'll leave that explanation to the king. Long live Neville. Long live the British Empire. Well, well, well. Certainly a lot to take in from that one. Sabre Jr. wants to fight Ali at Guilty is charged. Fine, it's on. You can do it. That'll happen. King of the Ring qualifier. Ali versus Sabre Jr. But plenty as well to take away. Gallagher's topic will be answered by Neville himself. Well, I'm very interested to know about the Gallagher situation. And I cannot wait to find out when that will be answered. But as for now, we move on to our next contest of the evening. Hopefully we can have a straight match this evening so far, because every match of the two, well, one hasn't started and one ended in controversy. Let's see if this one will have the same. It's Kyle O'Reilly against the #1 contender to the ECW Television Championship in Andrade, Cien Almas. You may remember, about a month back now, over a month ago, when Jay White had won the Television Championship. The last man standing in the ring with him before he won it was Kyle O'Reilly at New Year's Revolution. And you may remember as well, they faced in a singles match at the ECW after New Year's Revolution, in which, of course, White picked up the win, but it was Andrade who jumped White after that match and kick-started this whole thing between these two men, which will be resided this Sunday at Guilty as Charged. Cannot wait to see how that one goes down between those two. And I'm looking forward to seeing what will happen between Andrade and Jay White. Certainly a very personal matter, and certainly a matter that will be, I think, definitively finished at Guilty as Charged. One of the 3 title matches we have coming our way this Sunday for you. Of course, the main title, locked up for defense. Talked about that one a lot recently. Seth Rollins still out. Andrade Cien Almas heading towards the ring here tonight. He has asked for Zelina Vega to not be a ringside for him because she needs to draft up a game plan for this Sunday to take home that television championship. What I find interesting between these two sides is there's been no talking in this entire build-up. To the best of my knowledge, neither side has talked to one another. Neither side has cut a promo on the other. They haven't talked to one another or talked down to one another. It's been all in the ring. And I find that incredibly interesting. A lot of mind games are going into this one. And I think mind games could go either way. Honestly, the Switchblade knows how to play some tricks, but so too does Andrade because of what Zelina Vega can do. Because of her mastermind. Something like that could definitely end up working out. Heading towards the ring right now. Andrade, of course, for this matchup against Kyle O'Reilly. A very important matchup for Cien Almas against a former world champion just before his big title match this Sunday. First title match for Andrade since arriving in this universe. Can he turn it into an oh-so-successful one by taking home the ECW Television Championship? We'll find out. That is probably the premier title match of the evening. But I can tell you for certain it's not going to be the main event of the evening. Gargano versus Ciampa, with all that has happened, will be taking the main event slot. And I am certainly looking forward to that thing coming to an end. It's only been going on about 3-4 weeks now. That is 3-4 weeks too long. That's for certain. Here we go anyway. Andrade versus O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly's job really is not really one that he wants to be in himself, but it's one that he's going to have to take care of, and that is trying to get a win over Andrade. Of course, trying to take the momentum away from him as well before this Sunday. Andrade still yet to be pinned or submitted since arriving to this universe. As a matter of fact, I don't think he's lost in general. I think he's completely undefeated outside of the Royal Rumble match. Big forearm in the face there by Kyle O'Reilly. Went for a leaping super kick counter. Look at these guys back and forth from the get-go. They know each other well. Interesting to see how things will go between... Oh, look at this. Taking the move from an old rival in Naito with Destino there, but it's interesting to see how these two men will operate. Interesting to see what these two guys can do and what Andrade can do without Zelina Vega at ringside as well. Of course, Vega usually there has the game plan, yelling instructions, but now Andrade on his own. How will he cope here? Big powerbomb to Kyle O'Reilly, early cover in this one. Only a 1 count though. Andrade definitely having control in this matchup right now. Definitely able to be in the driver's seat here and do as he pleases. Snap suplex connects with it there. Dragging Kyle O'Reilly more towards the middle of the ring. And look at this, just unloading away now with punches on the head. Certainly seems that Andrade's mindset is to just close in on the head of O'Reilly, take away the... well, just hurt his head really, and then pick up the 1-2-3 from there. Oh, look at O'Reilly though. Corking him with some big forearms. Andrade doesn't go down though. In the turnbuckle now, Kyle O'Reilly Turning him round, looking for something big. Oh, this could be something big indeed. Perched up high on that top rope. Good counter from Andrade. Will he fly from the top? Took too long. Don't know why he went for the drop kick. Amateur mistake there by Andrade. Should have just tried to land on his feet from that top rope. Dragon screw counter though. Nicely done. O'Reilly could be in trouble here. Lovely Northern Lights suplex. Great bridge from El Idolo as well. But Andrade cannot finish off O'Reilly there. Jay White's got to be watching this and thinking that he's got to be drafting up his own game plan. I imagine he's there with Sami Callihan as well, just drafting up what they're going to do to try and walk out with the television championship still around the waist of the Switchblade come this Sunday. Wrenching on that arm right now is Kyle O'Reilly, but Cien almost able to get himself out of that one there. Middle of the ring now, good forearms, look at this, returning O'Reilly's own moves against him, but O'Reilly shrugging them off and hitting a lovely dragon screw. Trying to pin his head down now, just elbowing away. Good stuff indeed here. Kyle O'Reilly might be looking for a big kick, good counter, referee in the way. German suplex with the leg locked. Good hit for Andrade there. And he sends him into the turnbuckle now. Big boot in the face there from Andrade though. These guys have been countering each other back a lot more recently. A lot more again. Andrade running in. Oh, slapping O'Reilly in the face. No respect to the former world champion. And no reason why Andrade would give respect either. Good count from Kyle O'Reilly there. Good slap in the face. Disrespectful as it may be, I don't think either guys care. I mean, you know, Andrade slapped him in the face. O'Reilly can slap him in the face. Cut on the face of O'Reilly, though. But it may be worse coming his way. Hammerlock. DDT. 1, 2. O'Reilly kicking out at 2. The hammerlock DDT kicked out of there. Andrade not done enough to finish the job yet, but he is now pummeling away at that open wound on the face of Kyle O'Reilly. And he has every reason to try to as well. Good counter there from Kyle O'Reilly. Blood may be in the eyes, but that's not going to stop this man. There come the forearms again, though. O'Reilly dazed, but able to counter. Forearm of his own. It's been a forearm fest in this contest. Forearm again in the turnbuckle. Can O'Reilly come up with something big here to try and force this tap out victory maybe, or a pinfall victory? I don't know what O'Reilly will have up his sleeve, whether or not he'll go for Armageddon, go for the guillotine, or go for chasing the dragon. Plenty of moves O'Reilly can look for. Look at this one though. Zack Sabre Jr.'s finishing maneuver. The Alman leg lock of O'Reilly. Devastating. The body stretched in a way that it shouldn't be. The groin and the arm screaming out in agony, but Andrade escapes, turning him round. Crucifix cover here, trying to get the victory with it. There's 2. Oh, almost had him, but O'Reilly just able to get the shoulder up at 2 there. Really seeing what the resiliency of Kyle O'Reilly is in this contest right now. Heavy hit there right into the open wound. Double knees into it as well. Well, Andrade looked to end things there. He most certainly will. Cover on O'Reilly. Oh, wow. I thought that was going to be it. I thought he had done it there, but seems not. O'Reilly still with enough heart to fight in there. Enough fight to carry on going. But for how much longer? Maybe only for one move. Hammerlock DDT strikes again. The blood covering the face of O'Reilly. And victory goes to Andrade. If I say that this Sunday, then it will more than likely be the case that we have a new ECW television champion on hand. Andrade, without Zelina Vega, can still do the job by himself against a former WWE champion. A big win for Andrade, there's no doubt about... Wait a minute, things haven't ended here. He just cut his victory celebration short. He is going after Kyle O'Reilly again. He is sending a message to Jay White here that he is showing no remorse and no signs of giving in. A guilty as charged, and he wants to make sure that the champ is aware of it. Jay White isn't here this evening, but Kyle O'Reilly is, and he is getting beaten down once again here. First the defeat, and now being used as a messenger. And Andrade will shoot this messenger as he sends a statement to the Switchblade. Hammerlock DDT strikes again. And if he does it this Sunday, there's a new champion. Message sent to from Andrade to Jay White. We move on to our next contest of the evening. Tetsuya Naito here, ready to do battle against Aleister Black. A rematch between two big rivals as Naito prepares for this Sunday's match against Drew McIntyre. El Ingobernable ready for this man right here. They've been trading blows over the last 2 weeks, but McIntyre wants to get the final say in. From behind on McIntyre on Naito, pile driver onto the ramp. I thought with Gargano and Ciampa suspended from ECW here tonight that we'd get some peace and quiet, but it has hardly been the case. Another chaotic evening of action and another pile driver on the ramp. McIntyre going ruthless to send his message, ripping the suit from Naito. Headbutt to him as well. Oh no, I know what McIntyre wants to do here. To send a frivolous message and to weaken Naito ahead of this Sunday. Future Shock DDT on the ramp. Oh my goodness. McIntyre, ruthless. And Naito laid down on the ramp. He is getting assistance right now, helping him backstage. And the reason for that is that we've got no time to sit around and ponder. We've got to move on to our main event of the evening. Shibata versus Cole. All to play for here. Shibata heading towards the ring right now. The wrestler given a big opportunity here as he prepares for this contest against Adam Cole. And a big match just a few days away from Guilty as Charged for the Royal Rumble winner. Talked about it earlier in the evening, how he is facing Kenny Omega, of course. The winner of that match gets the main event opportunity at WrestleMania that is won from the Royal Rumble. So if Omega wins, Adam Cole's Royal Rumble victory will be for nothing because he won't be going to the main event of WrestleMania. If Adam Cole wins, Kenny Omega's desperate hunt to take the title away from Rollins will have to wait even longer, depending, of course, on what decision Adam Cole makes. And I think that is why Kenny Omega is wanting that shot. He knows that everyone knows that Adam Cole has business to attend to elsewhere with Monday Night Raw with Marty Scurll. However, as he put it himself, everyone on the roster wants to be the guy to end the reign of Rollins. So why wouldn't he want to do it? Why wouldn't Adam Cole want to be the one to do it? And I think that's the mentality that Omega has. There is a chance that O'Reilly could go for that Cole could go for Rollins. There is a definitive knowledge that if Omega won, he would go for Rollins. We don't know who Cole would go for, and that skepticism is what is making Omega desperate to take it away from Cole. That's what it's all about. It's not the idea that he wants to take it away just to challenge Rollins so Cole can't. Because the reality is we don't know who Cole is challenging. Cole has said it himself that he doesn't know who he's going to challenge. He is still thinking this all through. However, though that is the case, there is definitely a strong thought in my mind that it could go either way this Sunday. And there is a strong thought as well that I think after this Sunday, Cole might make up his decision if he wins. Because he'll have defended that Rumble, that contract, that shot at the main event of WrestleMania if he beats Omega. And I think by then he'll have made his decision. I've not talked to Cole about it. I've let Cole have the freedom to decide when, where, and who he wants to challenge. But, like I was saying, If Cole wins, we don't know who he's going to challenge. And Omega can't wait to find out, in the terms of he's impatient. He doesn't want to wait all this time and try and get himself another gung-ho opportunity at Rollins, only to find out that Cole's taking Rollins. And then everything's up in the air for WrestleMania. At the same time, he's too impatient to wait for Cole to challenge, only to find out that, say, Cole goes for Skull, in which case Omega's wasted weeks sitting around, and then maybe by the time he wants to challenge, someone else is coming to the fray, and maybe that someone else has a more definitive claim. Maybe they beat Omega in a number one contenders match. Everything is on the line this Sunday for both men. I'm speculating right now. Maybe Adam Cole will have made his decision by the end of that match if he wins. Maybe he won't. But I don't know about Adam Cole's mind, but we all know about Omega's mind. It is win or lose for Omega because he needs, in his eyes, he needs to beat Seth Rollins. If Omega wins, it's Omega Rollins 3 at the main event of WrestleMania. If Cole wins, it's up in the air. It could be it could be Cole Rollins, could be Cole Lesnar, but I think the favorite that a lot of people are turning towards is Cole and Skull because of the bad blood between them. And that does make total sense. I can see why. But there's only one man who can make that final decision, and it is Adam Cole. But if he loses this Sunday, there's no decision to be made. That Rumble contract is gone, and he's going to have to find another way to challenge for a title at WrestleMania. Not even, of course, in the main event. Cole ready to go here right now, though. Him and Shibata have been flinging with one another. And definitely you can tell, even after last week, the crowd maybe even more on the side of Adam Cole now than they were before. Good candidate from Shibata. Shibata's not going to be at guilty as charged, but he knows that a victory over the man who won the Royal Rumble will go a long way towards setting something up for him should Cole win this Sunday and pick Skull. But if he lost to Shibata, Shibata might very well be at the front of the pile, maybe along with Omega, depending on the result of this Sunday's match. I cannot wait to see those two throwing down there. You can see desperation of Kenny Omega versus the versatile mind of Adam Cole. He hasn't decided yet. He knows when he does, he'll have made the right choice. Good escape with a chin lock there by Shibata. Two men counting each other back and forth, turning around again. Sleeper hold applied here by Shibata on Cole. Looking for the tap out. Looking to make the Royal Rumble winner submit. Wait a minute. What? You are kidding me, right? Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Cole didn't tap out, but we're going backstage. And you have every reason to know why we're going backstage, and you might even have guessed it by now. It's Gargano and Ciampa again. Suspended from this week's episode of ECW. That hasn't stopped them from fighting one another right now. Backstage here in the parking lot of this arena. These two men will meet in the main event, where the loser leaves the brand of ECW. But as for right now, they're tearing each other apart. It's like they knew they'd be here. It's like they were waiting for each other to throw down again. No matter what I do, these two men cannot stay away from one another. And they continue fighting backstage there. But we have a match to focus on in the ring. Last shot by Cole. And the Royal Rumble winner could be about to close out this with a big win. Panama Sunrise. Cole having to drag Shibata away from the ropes there just to make sure he can secure the win. But will it be victory for Cole? Just days before this Sunday, Shibata kicks out at 2. And I'm being told the fight is still continuing on. Security trying to split them up backstage, but to no avail. Gargano and Ciampa still at each other's throats as we await their match this Sunday. Sorry, I was listening to what I was being told backstage there. Thank you for the updates. Coming in quick between those two. Security, additional security being called in to break them up so we can just focus back on this match for a little bit now. Things seem to be calming down. I said that 2 weeks ago though, and they weren't calming down. Nice back suplex there by Shibata. Looking for a submission here. Twisting the arm around. Sitting down on it with his leg and torquing the other one here. Bending it in the wrong direction. Torturous hold here for Adam Cole. But the Royal Rumble winner not tapping out in the same way that he didn't give up to Corin. Good kick there by... Oh! Good counter by Shibata, I meant to say, but it was a great kick from Cole. Caught him flush there. Back in the ring we quickly go now between these two guys. They are trading back and forth here. Either guy able to gain an advantage over the other. Good suplex from Adam Cole. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been told that the security has been broken apart. The fight is continuing on backstage. Things are not cooling down between Gargano and Ciampa, no matter security's best efforts. The local PD might end up being called in here just to get these two guys out of the building and away from each other as well until this Sunday. Sleeper, meanwhile. Sleeper from Shibata again. Has it locked in on Cole. Can he get it to work this time around? Can he force him to tap out? Will he make him submit here? Cole frantically frailing about, but I got escaped there by Cole of the sleeper hold from Shibata. Forearm in the face, dazed. Good shot there. Shibata rolls him over. PK! And as the PK done things here to beat the man who won the Royal Rumble. Kick at it too. What the hell is that up on the ramp? Gargano and Ciampa making it up to the ramp. They're throwing down. Referees, security trying to split them up. There's still a match going on in the ring. But these two guys are throwing heavy blows at one another. Security finally doing a part in splitting them up. Back in the ring meanwhile. Adam Cole kicking the leg. Panama Sunrise. Gargano and Ciampa finally split apart, and Adam Cole has done it. Cole has beaten Shibata in a chaotic main event for more reasons than one. Cole, your winner. Oh, but here comes Omega, darting through the traffic to stare down with the man he faces this Sunday. A lap around the ring as they stare each other in the face, and Adam Cole shoving Omega, getting a little bit on him, but it would all be resolved this Sunday.